Everybody who knows Angie Yarnell is shocked to hear that she's left her husband and run off with another man.
Just left. Just vanished.
But this postcard Angie's mother received saying her daughter and new love are visiting his family interstate would end up telling a very different and infinitely more sinister story. After a top forensic handwriting expert makes a chilling discovery that spells foul play. This was, it turns out to be, the central piece of evidence that blew this case wide open.
It's kind of creepy if you think about it.
Nobody may have ever uncovered the terrible truth about Angie if it hadn't been for her courageous and tenacious mom, Marianne, who was already fighting throat cancer when she suddenly found herself waging yet another battle to learn what really happened to her daughter. These are two tragedies that are stacked on each other.
I tried to find help. I could not find a soul that could help me. Nobody seemed to know what to do.
But Marianne believes it was her determination to get to the bottom of her daughter's case that actually helped her beat the throat cancer, just so she could speak for her.
I had to find my voice, and I had to fight. And I had to fight real hard to get the things done that I've gotten done.
Angie was Marianne's only daughter, born and raised a simple country girl in the little town of Holt Summit, Missouri.
Angie has always been a really unique person, funny little child. She was an artist. She loved poetry.
And her pets, which had made her dream of a career working with animals.
She loved her dogs. Her dogs were her children.
Angie had also hoped to have children one day with her husband of 3 years, Michael Yarnell.
She seemed real happy with him, at first anyway.
But Marianne says the couple quickly began having problems in their marriage.
Early on, she told me that he was emotionally and verbally abusive. But then they seemed to work it out.
Until Michael accused Angie of being unfaithful. Did Angie ever have an affair?
No. He said that she'd been having an affair, but it was he, in fact, that was having the affair with a woman also named Angie.
And Marianne says the marriage finally collapsed.
But she never expressed anything other than toward the end, he said he was leaving her.
But then, shocking news, when Michael turns up at Marianne's home one day to tell her that Angie has just left him.
He said, well, she's gone now. And I said, what do you mean she's gone? He said, I think she must have ran away with another man. And I said, well, who'd she run away with? And he said, well, I don't know. I came home and she was gone.
Marianne is dumbfounded. And you found that hard to believe?
Very hard to believe.
Why?
Surely she would have let me know something about some guy, right? But she didn't.
So for her to skip town and not convey any information to you, that was highly unusual.
Highly.
Especially as Angie, 28, had been helping care for her mother as she battled cancer.
She certainly wouldn't have left me sick like that.
And when she still hasn't heard from Angie by the following day, Marianne files a missing persons report.
They didn't want to accept it at first. They said she probably did run away with another man.
Marianne hopes police are right.
I'm trying to fool myself because I don't want to admit that she's dead.
In the weeks after Angie went missing, her mom would receive a very odd piece of mail that would play a huge role in the case.
10 days later, I received a postcard, and it was postmarked from Harrison, Arkansas.
It reads, Mom, we are going to Texas tomorrow to visit Gary's family. We'll write soon as we are settled. Love, Angie.
And I thought, dang, she really did go with some guy, and his name is Gary.
Marianne was even looking forward to meeting Angie's new man at Thanksgiving in just a few weeks' time.
She always knew how I was about holidays. Everybody needs to come here because it's a holiday, and I mean it. I was certain she would be here and bring Gary. She would not miss Thanksgiving.
But she'd missed this one. And as more weeks go by with no word from Angie, her increasingly despairing mother starts examining that postcard a little more closely.
I could tell that it looked sort of like her writing, but not her normal writing.
Now Marianne finally accepts the truth she tried so hard to not let herself believe. What leaped out to you that finally made you say, wow, this actually is a forgery?
I could just tell. Even in the beginning, I said it's not her normal writing. There were a lot of dots where it was like written really slowly. And some of the letters, I've never seen her write like that.
Next,
In these hooks seen in the bottom of the 4, that hook is also seen in the H.
a renowned handwriting expert not only tells Marianne that Angie didn't write that postcard, she also identifies exactly who did.
This is the hand that wrote the postcard, and from there it snowballed.
And it says, Mom, Gary and I are on our way to visit his family in Texas. We'll call when we are settled. Love, Angie.